I went with Julian to film David Tindle, who, like me, now lives near Lucca, in Tuscany, Italy. David told us he began painting in 1945 in Coventry, where he grew up. It helped him get through his unhappy teenage years. David moved to London when he was 19. Almost immediately, he met Lucian Freud, who seemed to like him and who helped him find a studio above a cafe in Portobello Road, where he introduced him to Johnny Minton and Francis Bacon. He met Adrian Ryan in the famous Colony room in Soho. David Tindle is the only person alive who knew the three painters who made up the Unholy Trinity.
I started when I was in the war in Coventry as a child when the war started. My mother and father not being married and hating one another, my father having a girlfriend who hated me. At 10 years old, I decided to join the Boy Scouts, and they taught me to cook, to look after myself, a bit of first aid, and to draw. Frankly, by the time I was 13, I went in for the art school examination and got there when I was 13 and a half. I didn't like the aftermath of the war with the teachers. They were not very nice, and they made fun of you if you couldn't do the general subjects, you know. Going to London when I was 19, and then first meeting Freud, because he lived in the same street as me, and everybody said what a weirdo. He was an extremely kind, nice person underneath. That was if he liked you. If he didn't, he was ghastly. Eventually we lived very, very close, but he found me my first kind of place to work in Portobello Road. He knew the people, he got me into that. He used to come and see me there, Underneath was a cafe, and Lucian used to bring on Saturdays, and he brought bacon and Minton. And Minton was nice. I got to know Minton, and he was lovely, but he was very neurotic, poor Johnny, and he committed suicide, It was extraordinary. He did the drawing of me, and he said to me when he started the drawing, he said, "It'll take exactly an hour." And he sat looking like this, twiddling his nose and just drawing, for exactly an hour. He took me to Muriel's Club, this nightclub in Soho, and Bacon was there, and he said, looked at me and he said, "Are you a delicious queer like me?" And Johnny said, "No, he's not. If he was, I would be the first to know it." And I knew Keith Vaughan very well too,
yes,
who I liked very much. He was a bit of an outsider with the rest of the group because everybody else is a bit crazy,
There's another thing which the three of them all have in common, which is why it's a sort of unholy trinity, in that Lucian, Johnny and Adrian all went to bed with one another during the war. Did you know that?
Oh, I knew that one. Yeah, I know that.
Yes.
Yeah, because Johnny Craxton was in the middle of that with them as well. Johnny and Lucian went to Greece.
Yes.
And that was it. But, Lucian was always a man who could kind of live out what he wanted to do. Lucian would attack anybody, particularly if he was with Charlie Lumley, his burglar friend, who could sort them out.
So just to go back to Johnny for a second, you think that his sexuality didn't really muck him up, he was neurotic anyway?
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah.
And Lucian being very happy to bed anything to start with, it was just, that was quite healthy probably.
Yes, but he wasn't influenced by a lot of people. He's really a very, very, one of the most personal kind of people that I've ever met. It just so happened that he seemed to like me, and we got on okay, We were just a matter of doors away, so we could drop in and out,